a July favorites, because I like watching people's favorites, and I'm easily influenced, and like maybe you are too. I don't know, but I also just like seeing what people like. So I have my list in front of me. July faves. Number 1 is books. Okay, but specifically like 3 books. Books are my fave. I'm into reading right now. My first, I wish that I didn't relate so heavily to the longing. And I'm gonna make sure that I'm actually recording this. Oh my gosh, could you imagine? I am, everything's fine. Like I said, I wish I could not relate to the longing and obsession in this book, but I can. There's a portion of this where the main character says about his love interest, I wish that he was like physically disabled so that I knew where he was at all times, or dead. And I was like, yeah, I wish I didn't relate to that, but I do. I think it's so romantic. It's kind of overdone. Like, it's like, okay, we get it. But it's romantic and I love it. And it also did inspire this idea that I wanted to have this like Soufflon Stephen summer, which I don't know that I did, but I love the idea of it. Next, The Goldfinch. I honestly read this book because it seemed like all the cool girls are reading it. It's getting bad. It's amazing. It's the longest book I've ever read. I'm kind of exhausted. And it's because she does take like 20 pages to recount one moment, but I'm in it for all 20 of those pages. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I think the writing is incredible, amazing. This book, Welcome Home by Najwa Zebian, talks all about really finding home within yourself and how we build homes and invest in homes in other people, kind of looking for outside validation, and all about how to bring that inward. And there are so many like mic drop moments in this, and it might be common sense to so many other people, but to me it's just not. But like there are a lot of graphics that kind of make it simpler to digest. It's not just throwing out a bunch of information and concepts at you. It's really giving you stuff you can work with and stuff you can take away, but it's really one giant reframe. Like, just reframe everything that you think. Makes me up, makes me feel like I have more power and control in my life. So number 1, books. Love 2, permanent jewelry. Permanent jewelry. I have a necklace. Kai, not now. I had a whole conversation with her yesterday about being too loud, and she clearly is not. Kai, stop. So permanent jewelry. This necklace is permanent. You go, they weld it onto you. It's quality. You can get it wet. I don't know. It makes me feel fancy. So I have a necklace and I have an anklet. I'm not going to show you my feet for free, sicko. But it's, oh my gosh, I hate myself. It's fine. I don't hate myself. Anyways, it's gold. It has little green beads and there's like a heart. I think they're fun, especially for summer, and you don't have to take it off. You can get it wet in the pool, and the girl who does it, it's super affordable. She's in Vegas. Link me and I will link her. I think it's super cute. I'm gonna get more. I love it. Permanent jewelry. Next, moisturizing hair care. I, first of all, swim a lot in chlorine, dries out my hair. I also am dyeing my hair lighter. So it just kind of tends to be a little bit more on the dry side. Also, everything I own is travel size because it's cheaper. And I know that there is like an equation or a mathematical something that will show me that if I were to buy the bigger size, I would actually be saving money, but I'm just not interested, so don't at me. But what I've tried is this Amika Hydro Rush shampoo and conditioner. I can tell a difference in just the moisture at the ends of my hair. Love that. Also, I'm a sucker for packaging, so it's adorable. And then this dream routine that I put in my hair wet or dry before I go to bed. Let that soak in. Hydro Rush, really just throughout the day, I'll kind of spray it in and get some moisture in there. I can see a difference using these. I think I'm also delusional, so. No, I can't. I totally can't. The Moroccan oil treatment, so moisturizing, so luxurious. Difference, I can feel it. Also, this one I don't know because it's $30 and this is not the travel size. This is the size it comes in. It's tiny. I have a lot of hair. So putting this on, it says to do like 1 pump. I do nothing in moderation, okay? Everything in excess for me, so this I go through quite quickly. I do notice it when I stopped using this, because I was like, that's expensive and tiny. I noticed a difference in the kind of the ends looking more frayed and fried. So this is good, like $30 over, little bebe. This is a leave-in conditioner, and I only wash my hair really once a week, and I do shampoo, condition, and then leave this in with a clip for like 5 minutes, and incredible moisturizing hair care. Next is another beauty thing. It is the Rare Beauty bronzing stick. But what got me, I went in, I put it on my hand, and the way that it blends, it's like powder. It's the weirdest thing. It's not like it's a what do you call this? It's not liquid. Stick? It's gel, you know, cream. It's cream. But the way it blends out is like powder. And I use a brush anyway, but it's so beautiful. I love the color it gives me. Rare Beauty, and this is in the shade Always Sunny. Rare Beauty bronzing stick. Okay, next is podcasts. Part of it comes from like, I think I'm super lonely right now, and so it helps to just always have someone else's voice in my ear and feels like I'm not so alone. But I've gotten so into podcasts. I constantly have them in. I listen to them while I'm driving, while I'm walking, cleaning, anything. And like podcasts that have a storyline. So I did like a true crime podcast, not like Crime Junkie. It was the one I did recently was Scamanda, this woman who scammed a ton of people into thinking like she had cancer. It's wild. There's like eight episodes, I think. Amazing. So I did Scamanda, was one of my favorites. I like that This Is 30 podcast. Mel Robbins. And I had my friend today say she's kind of abrasive, and I think it's that voice, and she is very intense. But the things that she says, I mean, there was an episode, I think it was like, this is what you need to inspire you right now. And it did. She delivered on that promise. And I just get inspired by these podcasts. And I pick up little bits and pieces, even if they're in the background, that like I end up taking and telling to other people or applying to my own life. Also, these podcasts they have like a morning, I don't know if, well, one of them's called Morning Microdose. So they're like shorter ones that you can play in the morning when you get ready. And that's what I've been doing. There's two that I like to listen to. And one's God Morning and one is Morning Microdose. And just while I'm getting ready, it's nice to have some like positive things in my brain, because I wake up with the most terrifying thoughts about myself and others. So it's a good thing to kind of unravel that, whatever the heck's going on up there. So podcasts, I love them. You should listen to them if you want. I'm never telling you what to do. Podcasts. Next is sitting at Starbucks. I feel so basic for saying this one, but honestly, I love right now, my favorite thing is sitting at Starbucks. I take my computer, I take my book, I read my book, I write, I journal, I write, I'm inspired, I watch people, I don't know what it is, but it gives me an opportunity to romanticize my life. So I kind of sit there and just like, and I get dressed up. I saw a TikTok which I will probably say so often, but where the girl was like, don't save the outfit, don't save the whatever, the style, like wear it. This is the event, this is the moment. So I was like, okay. So I get dressed up, I go, I feel cute. I fall in love with like 2 to 3 people usually while I'm there, and just soak in the connectedness. I don't know. I really love it. I really love sitting there. Also just gets me out of my house. Like I said, I've been super lonely lately, and that's been helpful. Sitting at Starbucks. I love it. I really do. Oh, I'm gonna go do it after this. The next 2 are shoes. Sambas. Again, I was influenced to get these because they're all over Pinterest and like every cool girl is wearing them, but actually they're classic. I wanted these when I was in, I think middle school, and I was playing indoor soccer, and they all had these like indoor soccer shoes, and I was like, I want those, but I didn't get them. But now I have them. So treating that inner teen child, I don't know. I love them, and I've gotten a lot of compliments on the way that I wear them. I saw a TikTok where the girl was like, the fashion rule is wear the wrong shoe. So I wore this super florally caftan flowy dress, and then I wore these, and I was walking out of a store, and a woman was like, oh my god, she has to take a picture of like my she has to take a picture of my feet. Is that weird? I'm only now connecting this. No, she's nice. She wanted to take a picture of like the bottom of the flowy dress and the shoes. She wasn't weird, I don't think. Are my feet pics online somewhere? No, can't be. Sambas. I love them. They're really comfortable. I thought they were gonna be narrow because I did read that, and I do have like a little bit of a wider foot. I don't think they are. I think they're really comfortable. There's that. Next, if you know me, you know. My cowboy boots. In particular, these cowboy boots. So I got into Western wear attire last year when I went to a wedding in Montana. Came back the next day, I went to Boot Barn and bought a $300 pair of Dan Post boots. Later, I got a pair of Tacovas, and these are Nakona. These I bought in Idaho. They were just over $100. These are the best ones. Those Dan Post boots, the bottom, the soles have like completely fallen out. I tried to get new ones. It's the whole thing. And these are my most comfortable. And I think they were my cheapest. They're also a little bit taller because I'm a wide calf girly. I always wanted the taller ones though, so I usually just have like the booty, the shorter ones. So these are a little bit taller, so I get that effect. There's also like really cool stitching and detail. They're comfortable, but they still have a heel, and they were just over $100. Boot Barn who? Okay, Vickers. I got these at Vickers in Idaho, but the brand is Nakona. And I got my regular size, 7. Next, okay, the next one is, I'm gonna say something controversially yet brave, but tattoos. I've always loved tattoos. I've always wanted tattoos, so I was very afraid of what my family would think and if they would approve it. And I was just like, oh, I don't know if I will love anything enough to have it on my body forever. Don't care. Don't care. I'm at this point in my life where I'm like, you know, I'm doing what I want. And so I have gotten a few fine line tattoos, and then I have one that's a bit darker. But I just think they're cute and they're fun, and they are all related. Like I have my stake tattoo, which is very meaningful to me. It's hard to explain to people because it sounds so silly. But my stake tattoo, I have Frida, I have a lotus back here, I have a wave, I have a boot. I do have a boot. I have a sun on the back of my ankle, and then I have a Mulan tattoo on my hip, thigh, don't know. But I love them. And if I regret it in a few years, like, that's a problem for future me, and I don't often think of her, so sorry, babe. Tattoos. Last one. I love this one. So I saw a TikTok about this couple that did these check-ins, these weekly check-ins, where you like go over your goals, or like what you're into at the moment, what your plans for the week are, just checking in, right? So my friend and I decided to do it, these weekly check-ins, and again, sitting at Starbucks. I love it. It's so nice to just have someone to like bounce where you're at off of. And like today, I just told her all about the book I was reading, and it was connection, and it was fun, and I felt like someone was in on my life, and I had a partner, and not a partner, but just like a partner in crime, you know? We don't have to do it alone. Anyways, check-ins, yeah, have like little set day of the week where you just like talk about what you're doing that week, how you feel about it. It was nice. Connection, very important. Those are my 10 things. Then I have honorable mentions. Number 1, because I can't get it off my brain. I was home for a week last week. The water softener at my parents' house, my hair, my skin, I'll say no more. Just the water softener at my parents' house. I'm sorry. So wouldn't you know it, my phone died in the midst of my honorable mentions, but honestly, I'm good with it. I'm fine. No, I lied. I am gonna add one honorable mention that I missed out on, because I mentioned my parents' water softener, and then this perfume is from 5 Cents. It's at Sephora. It's called Catch Feelings. I'm the kind of person who romanticizes things to my own detriment, where I smelled this. Oh my God. And I was like, that's it. Like, I'm going to wear this. He's going to smell me and catch feelings. That's it. We're done. Every time I wear it, I really am convinced like this is going to be it. I'm going to meet, you know, my soulmate. So I mean, I catch feelings for myself every time I wear this. It's incredible. I love the way it smells, and I usually go for something lighter and like airier and beachier. This is more musky, but it's romantic. If romance had a smell, this is it. 5 cents, catch feelings. Anyways, those are my July favorites and my honorable mentions, and this was fun. I did have fun. I was very nervous. And like with editing, I don't know that I'm gonna edit I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. But this is my first video that I filmed, and I had fun. I like it. I don't know. I love you. Okay, that's it.